So today is December 26th. It's Thursday morning right now, 10:25 a.m. in the morning. I am having my coffee and I had some yogurt. And this is the cup I'm using. Every day is a fresh start. If you have been watching my videos, you know that I like using these cups with little write-up. And these work like a really good reminders, because in life we have so much going on all the time, and then life is short. And while drinking my coffee, when I see that, it just reminds you excuse me, that every day is a fresh start. And guess what? It doesn't have to be every day. It can be moment by moment. Our life is, moment by moment. When things happen, in this moment, things can be great. And the next moment, we don't know what's going to happen, right? Earthquake could hit, or something really exciting can happen, right? So we don't really know. So we live moment to moment, and that's the excitement. Like a couple days ago when I made the video, and I'm glad that random idea came to my head that every day can be like a wrapped present under the Christmas tree, because that's how we want to live by. I met somebody, I didn't take the permission, so I'm not going to say too much about it, but I met somebody yesterday. She is 88 years old, and she seems so happy. And I asked her, she seems so happy, and if you see her, she does not look as she's 88. She looks like she's in 70s. She's very happy, and I'm like, okay, what's your secret? And I was not surprised, because not surprised from what she said. She said, like, every day, she said it in a different way. I think that every day is a blessing, and every day, and she sounded so positive, and it's all in our minds, right? So right then I thought about some of the people I know who are in their late 70s or in 80s, and her. The big difference is I see is she's living a joyful life, and it's amazing how our minds can how our mind can dictate everything in our life. Our physical body, what we can do, what we cannot do, what we enjoy, what the definition of happiness is for us, right? So that was amazing. So in this world, there is always positive and negative thing that will go around, but we have to train our mind to focus on the positive, because it is our mind is weird in a way that we have this subconscious mind, which I show with my two hands, the subconscious, and this side I show conscious. I'm holding the phone with my left hand, so I can't use that, but our mind is trained to the subconscious, which is 90%, 95%, to focus on the negative. So we have to constantly train our mind whichever way it works. And for different people, different kind of training works, either by listening to an audiobook, listening to some sort of motivational speeches, or by doing it, whatever works, to train our mind to stay focused on the positive, because what we focus on is what magnifies. And like for me, this consistent videos that I make, that also helps me to remind myself to stay positive. And I believe in God, and I go to the church, and that also helps me to stay grounded, because the people in my Bible study group, I have seen that they are so very down to earth, nice people, caring people. That reminds me to be nice and caring and down to earth. And that is important. That is important because we as human beings, when we accomplish something in life, our ego grows. And we like it or not, that it is hard to get the ego out of the way. And I remember a couple of weeks ago during the Bible study, there was a question that what we want to work on in ourselves. And my question is, I want to work on my ego to I don't know, go out of the way of things, about either making decisions or doing things. And imagine the world if nobody had the ego, how things would be different, how people would be more kinder, more generous, and all of that. But anyway, it's the ego is the subconscious mind also kind of trying to, an ego can come up in so many ways. Say you're having a conversation with somebody and you want to win that conversation, and that is an ego. And you are telling your kid to do certain things and they don't want to do, but you kind of want, there's so many ways to get them to listen, right? I have an 8-year-old daughter. I talk about her sometime on this channel, here and there a little bit. So, we can show them the reasoning why we want them to do it, but sometime in heat of the moment you forget that reasoning and you just tell them to do that. This is the right thing, so you tell them to do, and that is ego. So anyway, but again, we don't have to beat ourselves up with this. The point is that we want to keep working on our egos so that we can, because people around us, there's this thing that we become like the people we spend our time with, right? So because our brain is constantly observing and learning the things that we say, have you seen, if you're, a simple way to know that is like when you're surrounded with some people, and then somebody uses a term very often, like one definite one, some word that they use very often, and then after some time you kind of start picking up that word. And that is how, how our brain kind of starts picking things up from the people around us. And this is how you know that the people you spend time with, you become like them. So it's not just the words or thinking, and thinking, the words, the feeling, and the actions, all of this, it starts mirroring. So that's why it's important to kind of, being aware. And a couple of days ago I shared how we know two minds at work. One is experiencing that, and another mind is knowing that you are experiencing that. So there's two minds always at work. Excuse me, sorry. Like for me, why these videos help, when I talk about it, I'm very aware, because none of these talks I kind of prepare in advance or anything. So I have to be aware of this moment and the things that I'm going to talk about. If I'm not present right here, right now, there's none of these words will make any sense. I hope I make sense with the words. So anyway, so today's main thing I want to say is, just think that there is so many, there are positivity and negativity all around, everywhere. but it is up to us what we focus on, and what we focus on grows, and that is what will consume our thoughts and the dominating thought. And based on what is the dominating thought, we will speak the words that is in our dominating thought, and then our actions also is going to be based on that. And then it's kind of goes on a triangle, like thinking, speaking, and acting. Thinking, speaking, acting. It's like all our actions are based on the dominating thought and the words that we speak. So let's focus on the positive today and every day as much as we can. Okay, have a good day. Bye.